I'm Liz Scissors. Today we're going to talk about drying routines. What I mean by that is that there are choices you can make that can make the process of drying much easier on you and much easier on the dog. It's the scariest part of the process. It's loud, they don't like it, it's uncomfortable, it's scary, and most dogs do not like the drying process. First and foremost, you want to make sure that you've toweled them really, really well. Make sure you've absorbed that water as much as possible and allow them to do lots of shaking because their body is designed to naturally wick that water right out of the hair shafts, and it will help you. I really recommend, my opinion, that you do not take the dog straight from the tub straight to the drying table. I think they really need some decompression time. I always recommend you put them back in a space where they have a towel that they can rub and shake and get all the wiggles out, because their body feels differently now that we've taken care of all of their oils. Their skin feels different, so it's very normal and natural for them to shake and rub and do all those things. But that does nothing but benefit you for the drying process, because if you take them straight from the tub to the drying table and you do a quick towel off, all you do the first 5 minutes minimum, depending on the breed, is move water around. That's all you're doing. So it's an absolute waste of time. And it's overstimulating the dog typically. It's unnecessary. And you're overheating the dryer because you're spending all that extra time. So I really recommend you consider just giving them some downtime. It really benefits them, and it helps them not hate the process so much. It helps you with your drying time, and it gives you a break to be able to clean up your area, prepare for the next dog, whatever. So after you've done that and you put them up on the drying table, I recommend every dog gets a happy hoodie or cotton balls at minimum, just to help minimize the sound. Some dogs, however, do not like the happy hoodie and will fight really, really hard on that. So if they're just not one that likes it, you don't have to. But I definitely recommend that you use them on everybody that will tolerate them. It just helps protect their ears, helps muffle that sound so that they are not so agitated by the process of drying. And the biggest, most important thing to do is always have your hands on the dog. Do not stand away from the dog and blast air at them. It is scary and you are ineffective. It is absolutely a waste of your time. You're just chasing them, and your haircut is going to suffer on the end because you're not doing directional drying because you're chasing the dog. What I mean by directional drying is you want to make sure you are drying in the direction of the finished product. So we do not want to dry hair against the grain if we want it to lie down. So if you have a short-haired breed and you're trying to lift that hair the opposite direction to get the water out of it, all you're doing is volumizing that coat to make it look unnatural. And then you're going to fight to have to lay it back down. And that is unnecessary, and it's really a bad idea. It's a bad choice because you're not going to have the finished product you want, and you're going to work really extra hard to try to get it. So make sure you're pointing in the direction that is going to help you achieve the haircut you're eventually going to do. Or even if it's a bath dog, you want to use the direction in same as you would for your own hair. You're going to dry it in the way you want it to lie. So just use that as common sense for you. Directional drying is vital. You also want to make sure you're starting at the back end of the dog. Bring the dog's body into you. Stand there and support it, and start with the back end. Start so that it is not at the scariest part for them, so it's the least intimidating, and hopefully they're not going to be as upset about it. Then you're going to create that slow, methodical drying as opposed to this frantic, all over the place. I see it in so many videos, and I've seen it for years. It doesn't save you any time, and it really does not help you finish it any faster, and it doesn't help you finish the haircut nicely. You want to be purposeful. Every choice you make in dog grooming needs to make sense. So take a moment, think about it, and make sure it makes sense. If you are just following what somebody told you to do, there might be a better way. Be open to it. But most importantly, support the dog. Make sure the dog is as comfortable as it can be. The more comfortable they are, the less they're going to argue with you, the better your job you can do, and the safer the entire process is. Talk to them, even with the dryer. Tell them they're doing good. It's okay. You'd be amazed at what they can hear, and they can tell. So don't fight with them. It's dangerous. Make sure that you do a little bit at a time. If the dog starts to really react negatively, put them up, give them a break, calm down, take it easy. We don't want to go any further because we can push them too far. And that is never a good idea. So make sure, again, you have ear protection, you have your hand on the dog at all times, you are being purposeful in your direction, and you're being calm and reassuring to the dog. I hope these tips have helped you. You can find more information about me at lizsizzers.com, and I hope to see you at the next one.